boy, it has a lot of potential, and I mean that not sarcastically. I know it's new. Once you got into the song a little bit, it felt like it got its sea legs. So it's gorgeous. It's not an easy song, is it either? But the message, it makes it all worthwhile. I just think it's one of the most beautiful messages in a non-contest song, I'll say. And your second song, I said to David last night, I said, my gosh, you had such good rhythmic feel for that song. It was so unified, and so you were all each so committed to the rhythms of that song. And I love the message. I think it's a beautiful, strong message. I don't know the song. I just thought it was very captivating. Very good. And of course I love the joint song, so that was totally fun. I bet it was fun for you too.
Yes.
The joint song. Yeah. And the costumes are pretty good together too. It was neat. Did you get a compliment on that?
No, I said they were complimentary.
They were, yes. One would have thought you planned it that way. This is a beautiful ballad. I'm not at all familiar with it. Yeah, have you competed with it before?
Yes.
Yeah, when recently or a while ago?
Recently.
Fairly recently, okay. Did you win with this song? Or second with this song? Okay. Winning is all in the eye of the beholder, I guess, too. Right? So if you qualify to go to international, or if you're going to international, it's a win. All right. I would love to hear you start again with this song. I love your work on tuning. I think it's so incredibly important. I won't get fixated on it, but I will give you some little bits of advice here and there. He's so good. He's such a good technician with tuning that I really don't think David needs my help with that. But if I feel like I can help you, the singer, with some things, then I will. But at the beginning, I love your approach to the beginning. In this new day and age, it's like working for my wage, active as a mother and wife. So the word wage, you've taken out the word and. Probably a while ago, yes. Wage and active. So we need to understand the word wage, working for my wage, and the G needs to be spotlessly together. So you're going to attach it to active, but we don't want the word jactive. Have you talked about that before? Yeah, but neither can it be out of sync. So wage, active. I think you're just going to have to just soften the J sound of G, so it doesn't sound like you're making up a new word with active. Let's see what happens with that.
In this new day and age, working for my wage, active.
Yeah, not quite. I think you're going to have to put the G on the A. Yeah, there's just no way around it. So how inspiring that he gives you a breath and you go on your own. But it does still feel like there's a little bit of, am I waiting for you? Are you waiting for me? Instead of, let's just go. Let's just step into it together. Commend you on your tuning, not just on the H, that first tonic chord of the triad, but on your intervals getting into it. In this new, of course you did a lot of that interval before. It's not an easy one, it's one we do all the time. Bases were already lifted on, in their minds, perhaps on, for H. So, in this new, I'm sorry, on the new. So, good job. I think you can start with even more story, and it's going to be in the face. So you're eager to talk about the story of your relationship. We're going to put you in the first person with this little girl. So, in this new day, instead of in this mood. Did you see I waited until I sang for my story to engage? So get it on the breath first.
In this new day and age, working for my wage, active as a mother and wife.
Nice job. What are some options for dynamics on wife? Wife or something I think should happen
We're
there.
supposed to be choosing the first one because we're not getting soft until,
A little
we're
bit
not
later.
backing it until maybe a little later.
All right. So let's remember that and let wife end up that way.
Through the breath.
Life. And then so the F goes up and out and that way.
In this new day and age, working for my wage, active as a mother and wife. When the busy day is through, and I look at you.
Nice job. We're gonna. What would happen? This is of course all up to David's artistic interpretation of the song. You know, the director sets the interp, and it's personal, probably more personal to the director than it is to the singer, because he has to be convinced of the interp in order for him to be compelled to convince you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And sometimes we are convinced otherwise when we feel like our singers are feeling something collectively a little different than we are. So anything that I say interpretively is up to him to choose or not. But I'm thinking maybe a quicker breath after wife, because I'm active as a mother and a wife. I'm thinking about when my kids were small especially, but wife, when a new taste. Do you see what I'm saying? So I can't wait to get to the end of the day to be with my little girl. All right, so if we can do a quicker breath, I loved your release of F. It's beautiful. Just breathe quicker, coming sooner on when story.
In this new day and age, working for my wage, active as a mother and wife. When the busy day is through, then I look at you, little girl, you are my
The line is suggesting a crescendo. Stop. Beautiful. Oh, feel the inner dynamic of that. It's just so pretty. For a minute, could we get tenors are green? Are you green? Yeah. Hi, Diane. I called her Denise last night. Oh, I met 2 other Denises and I took a crapshoot. Wrong. Okay, so could we have the tenors? Are you baritone or bass? Baritone, because you're blue. So just step aside if you don't mind. So the top, the 4th row people scoot this way and have the tenors stand on the 4th row for now. And then I'm going to have you rotate, so all 5 of you get up there. Now I'm going to ask that the 1, 2, let's see, how about 1, 2, 3, 4 basses, 5 basses step into their place and have the tenor step down 1 more row. So in other words, you're going to switch. The middle row basses are switching, and you too, yes. Because there's a really important octave that needs to be heard a little bit more clearly. She's going, I don't want to be down here. Oh, put her up there. I understand. Yeah, let's put you in the center of the old basses. No kidding. Back you can switch parts if you'd like, because you're going to be overwhelmed by tenor. How about if you go back back 1 more row so that you're up there with those other. Yeah.
You gotta remember, how long do we do the
Where's Janet go?
A week.
Oh, for heaven's sake. All right. Yay. That's fantastic. Becky, and put you back 1 more row. Okay. So the tenors can all be together. Now the rest of the basses come on in like this. And yeah, so that we have a tenor bass wedge. Make sense? Okay, so I was trying to identify the D's in this song for you. The total center. Basses are doing such a beautiful job of not letting any weight creep into their sound. Oh. Yeah. Well, it's because of him that you're not, so let's and so, but at the very
I've never
beginning.
said a word.
All right, so from the beginning, first all 4 parts, and then we may just duet. But let's have all 4 parts and just be locking into the octaves. My hand is going to go up when the tenor and the bass have an octave, so you can just get a feel for what it's like.
In this new day and age, working for my wage, active as a mother and wife.
That's as far as I want to go. Did that help you to hear that yet? So, yeah, now just those 2 parts. So day and, in this new day and age, I'm working for my, and then wife. So you're our anchor amidst the harmony, the other harmonies that go on throughout this song.
In this new day and age, working for my wage, active as a mother and wife.
Nice job. Okay, so tenors. Could you 2 parts do that again? Not tenors. Both parts bubbling. Did we just get through wife? All right, now keep that feeling and sing through that. Be very light tenors.
In this new day and age, working for my wage, active as a mother and wife.
That was better. You have a relatively large tenor section, as I do, given the size of your horse. It's not bad, but it means you just need to be high and light. And you probably heard the rule of thumb is that if you're in an octave with the lower part, especially bass tenor, especially with the basses, I'm talking to tenors, you're about half the volume. You're about half the volume. Right now, it feels like you're trying to be in competition with them, and really you're just half the volume. Am I singing that correctly? Then you can come out a little there.
Can I tell you that, like, can you hear her volume is less, but her presence is complete. Her presence is complete. And that's sometimes a
We get a little
misunderstanding.
geeky, yeah.
They tend to go, if you suck it in, get out of it, that's not what we want. Her presence was just full and there, just walking.
It's quiet. It hardly feels like I'm singing. I'll just say that. It's very light. It feels like it's just head voice. In that sense, I would make it terrible for soprano in choral singing. A horrible one. I sang alto all through college and high school. And yeah, you too. And then, but the tenor is so different. It fits my light voice. So you're there for a reason, tenors. Can we do that one more time before we get the bubbling fixed a little bit, too, didn't it?
In this new day and age, working for my wage, active as a mother and wife.
Keep going.
When the busy day is through, then I look at you.
Did anyone hear another octave in the middle of all that? Close. I. Yes, and then when the basses go up to I. Oh, yes, just not on the D. Yes, you're correct. I. The basses go up to the D and the tenors are already there. Yes, they did. So the tenors are. So you're not in an octave with bass there. You don't have to worry too much about balance, just nice and light, steady. Darlene Rogers, you know who Darlene is? I mentioned her over the weekend a little bit. She uses this term, she used to do with my course, called at-home vibrato. Have you ever heard that expression before? And well, we all know what a vibrato is, right? It's a healthy side effect of good breast support. But sometimes we let our vibrato just sort of enter in when we're not thinking about it. And that she calls an at-home vibrato. And if we can just say, I'm gonna let my vibrato come in when it's naturally the time, not become a part of something that's happening by accident. It's by choice then. So let's have all four parts. I hear a little bit of at-home vibrato here and there. So we'll just see if we can get it just controlled as you are. Oh, we have 6 tenths.
In this new day and age, working for my wage, active as a mother and wife.
Crescendo there. Quick breath.
When the busy day's through,
Nice job, Ted. So pretty. This is the first time we're talking about the little, you've got a boatload of them in your household too. You've got a wife and all kinds of girls. I know, but would they ever not, they're still going to be...
Well, remember, the story is this girl never grows up into the song. Everything is you imagine what it's going to be
as she grows up. And those of us who have adult women, when I hug my 33-year-old daughter, you know where my hand goes? On her hair. It's this silken, beautiful, she got the color of my hair, but a lot more of it. It's like, oh my God, you feel like you did when you were 5. So, you know, and if you don't have children, then there's always have some sort of person in your life who is that to you, or you are that to them. One of my best friends who doesn't have children is really like a second mom to my younger daughter. And she sends her Mother's Day cards and all that kind of thing. And, you know, there's a real, I mean, that daughter's pretty, both daughters are great, but that one's just got, she knows what to do to make people feel good. And anyway, so we have to relate to the story regardless. We can't avoid songs about children when we don't have them. You know what I mean? And by the way, 2 of mine are adopted, so I know what it feels like to want, if that's ever happened to you. And I'm going way, it's Sunday morning, so I'm going way into another territory you probably don't need. I love his expressive arms, don't you? He's giving you, and you're responding, some beautiful inner dynamics. You're getting more together. And all that I'm asked, why I stopped was, just let us get that message before bringing you in on the and then there's a built-in crescendo dynamic here. The parts go that way, opposite. We're going to keep the tenors there for a second. Lots of you paid attention to your at-home vibrato, and there was just a cleaner sound. Tenors, I don't know if it was the addition of the 6th one or what, but I would like to say it's partly because she's here, and that you just really got into this unity with the bass section, this marriage between the basses and the tenors. Let's do this and keep going a little bit further. Oh, actually, so sorry, and I'll stop talking. When you, on that first breath, if your mouths are already open and ready, and you're already telling the story, the first in is going to have both ring and roundness. If you're not, you're going to have the ring, but not the roundness, the warmth in the sound. So watch. First note for these. In this new day and age, instead of in this new day and age. Do you hear this subtle distinction? And yet it's, imagine all of you doing that. Try it both ways, so that we get your ring, but not your warmth on the breath. And then we'll do it the other way, differently.
in this new day and age.
Good. Right, that was very good. Now open it up on the breath. Open up right now. of it. Okay, so we're going to start right there. Delay the echo by the top, by the other three parts. Nice job. Was very tender, very tender. It was beautiful. Choked me up a little. The vowel on girl is an odd one, isn't it? Yes. So what's the choice? The director makes the choice of that one. It's what?
You know what we're doing. We're singing We're just careful to make sure the tongue doesn't get in the way to make it up.
So listen to the way he pronounced it, because he's got a versus
Tongue's flying back in here.
if it helps, think a little more UH. Do you still hear the R in my sound? I'm just I'm mentally thinking of UH.
They're side by side.
Yeah. So let's see if that just unifies a little bit more. Tiny fingers. So that's such a beautiful aspiration, isn't it? Tiny fingers. We just need to make sure that that is framed around good vocal, around normal vocal production. Does that make sense? We're going to put a frame around that so we don't go tiny fingers, tiny fingers. Do you see what I'm saying? Frame it so it doesn't bleed into everything else. One more time, right from the excellent key center. Lovely leads, posture. Except seek sounds like see to me. The last word of that phrase. Interestingly, you got the cheek, you got the cheek, but the more obvious one was neglected.
Breath.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Now we don't want to go overboard. Make it artful. The K on seek. Rest they seek. So eyelids are drooping as rest they seek. The eyes are looking for something. They're seeking for something. What is it? They want a nap. They want to shut down. Yeah, that's an interesting bit of poetry. So we'll make sure that you get that. Eyelids drooping. Can you picture a little person's eyes? It's hysterical. It's like, have you ever watched a dog trying to go to? Dogs are even funnier. So that tiny fingers was stunning. Did you hear the effect it had? But it was more intentional. It was a little bit separated from everything else. He's interpreted this ballad for you with very long phrases. We don't want to feel your air deprivation, and you ought to be breathing somewhere in there. You ought to be, so that we have no gaps in the sound or lack of support, so you put the K on C.
How much are you allowed to breathe?
As much as you want.
And take out syllables. Don't breathe between words.
Right.
That's all you do. If you do that, you're not with your neighbor.
It's pretty good, but I'm reiterating it because the story needs to stay strong. It feels a little bit like the story is tiny fingers patting on the cheeks, the eyes are. The tiny fingers are different than sleepy eyes. So let's see if we can get a difference between those two things. I'd like to start again at the little And as you sing this, you're a strong figure in this person's life. You're like my aunt to my Elise, my friend. You're not a diminutive person. Lovely. Basses and tenors. Pour it on a little more.
Tiny fingers patting upon my cheeks, sleepy eyelids drooping as rest they seek. Your priceless treasure, worth more than I can measure. Smiling through the window, you wave goodbye, even though my leaving has made you cry.
Hold on. Okay, before I lose all my thoughts, I'm trying to figure out how to. Okay. This is a terraced kind of dynamic. It's really pretty. Okay. Let's see. It's treasure more than I can measure. This time your vowel on measure was better than the first time around. So something clicked in. So,
You remember. I'm sure you did remember. I
Gotcha.
heard it. I
Yeah,
said
it was better because the other
First
time.
time I went to
Right.
and this time,
Spot on.
you know what.
Yes. I love you, love you. Lots of opportunities to put love in the word love, aren't there? I love you, little girl. I love how this one now contrasts with the other one with a little bit of delay. You're priceless, priceless. Are you doing that on priceless? There's a lot of opportunities for onomatopoeia. We want, well, this one's not exactly, this is more of an inflection. We want priceless to sound like it's worth priceless. We can't replace it. More than I can measure. I love you, little girl. Tiny fingers patting. Okay, now top of the next page. Smiling through the window, you wave goodbye, even though my God. Right? I think smiling through the window should have a little more. Smiling through the window, and contrasting it with the tiny fingers. Now the only trouble, and it is a little bit of a trouble, is the basses are down there. However, I'm not hearing a problem with that. You are fine. You sing low Ds like they're, you spit on low Ds. Just make sure that you're really carrying it up. Tiny fingers, or not. Not through, make a choice to use your skill and talent there. Back somewhere. Yeah, that'd be all fun. Pretty. You're going to grow physically and vocally.
Tiny fingers patting upon my cheeks, sleepy eyelids drooping.
Yeah. Air.
Your priceless treasure, worth more than I can measure. I love you.
Now I would bring it up a little to attach it to the next phrase, yeah. Yeah, sorry. Okay, there's one other thing though, so I'm sorry, I'm talking about your, get around the other side for change. So you're priceless, that'll be something to play around with a little bit. It's the constant blend, like we were talking about yesterday, that actually helps make it sound like a word, like it's priceless. You're a priceless treasure. The thing is, it's quick. You're a priceless treasure. So it may not be, you can't spend time on it, but play it and see what happens. The word more, though, has a slight crescendo on it, but first of all, ask yourself, am I doing the little lift on that's either happening on the spot right now, or as part of the plan? So let's make it a little bigger part of the plan. It's a little bit subtle, but first I'm asking, if you're all doing it, then make it more. If you're not, then when everybody does it, it may be enough. Let's split the difference. Make sure everybody's doing a little crescendo on more, but make it a little bit more, so that there's a little more rise and fall to this phrase.
Tiny fingers patting upon my cheek, sleepy eyelids drooping as rest they seek. You're a priceless treasure.
There's two things that are in my ear. Right over here, the leads aren't tuning that, which is causing an issue in the whole weight. And it's, you need to be up against, I believe, the tenors are right there. You need to be not tuning away from that tenor. You need to tune up against it. And there was one other. C, grab a K. And I'm trying to give you a K. It's a check mark K. I'm not going to, whatever. There's a K.
Tiny fingers patting upon my cheek, sleepy eyelids drooping as rest they seek. You're a priceless treasure.
There's more.
Worth more than I can measure.
So the chord on then is the same as more. So how about we get more than I can, then come back with that way. Would you try something now and dump it later if you feel like it? Just put a breath after drooping, because there's a dip in the sound. So here's what I'm thinking, that both expression and sound judges are going. Breath support, tone flow, forward motion. We're losing forward motion on tiny fingers patting upon my cheek, sleepy eyelids drooping as rest. You could do it here. This is what I'm going to suggest for now. Tiny fingers patting upon my cheek, sleepy eyes are drooping as rest they seek. You're a priceless treasure. You could even do that. But what I was thinking was just add it after drooping and take another one after seek.
Now, I don't know, this was just weird, but I heard the word as being dropped.
Okay. So
Sleepy eyelids drooping, rest.
oh, drop it, get rid of it. Oh,
No as.
love
Your
that.
as becomes your breath.
I like that a lot. You don't need the as, do you?
You did it.
Did I?
Well, no, you didn't, but but the execution of it is like that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it
I heard it
does.
through the execution.
And then you could do rest they seek, your priceless treasure.
And go ahead and keep all the other breaths the same.
Yes.
Leave out your as.
Just that one. Perfect. Instead of shot.
Tiny fingers patting upon my cheek, sleepy eyelids drooping, rest they seek. Tiny fingers patting upon my cheek, sleepy eyelids drooping, rest they seek. You're a priceless treasure.
I like that a lot.
Worth more.
Okay, now, that's the one. It's more. And what vowel do you crescendo on for more? Oh. More than I can. I'm here. The R tends to bleed in to the O if you're not aware, so be thinking mo, mo. I like that a lot. I'm still not convinced that there's complete tone flow in that phrase. The sound parks on cheek. On my cheek, sleepy eyes, instead of cheek, sleepy eyes on. There just has to be a little bit of that. All right? Because this could be so powerful, but you lose me, you have me, you lose me. Okay, you don't want to lose anybody. part of the song, don't you? It's beautiful. Smiling through the window. Leads, would you just sing that?
Smiling through the window.
Good. Now let's make it sound like it's a warm, like you're on the other side and you see that. Smiling through the window. Go, Leads.
Smiling through the window.
Okay, so we're envisioning or hearing different things in our heads, and he can decide whether or not he wants this, but I'm hearing smiling through the window. I'd like you to sing it. That sounds like the little girl singing it, rather than the adult on the other side. Smiling through the window, smiling through the window, smiling through the window.
We're never the little girl in the song. We're always looking
At the window, yes, so that's a
or
nice
picturing
reminder.
her as she changes in
Yeah.
our minds. We're always mom.
And what I'm doing in my sound is I'm thinking, smiling, smiling. I'm adding warmth back here. Try it again, please.
Smiling through the window.
I'm sorry, I should never direct over.
No, I don't mind.
Do that again, that was the right idea. Try that again.
Smiling through the window.
You're almost there. Smiling through the window. I'm just thinking, oh, and then here, nice face, try again.
Smiling through the window. You
Almost.
wave goodbye.
Could I hear you? Would you mind, please?
Smiling through the window.
All right, good. I'm going to sing it right next to you.
Smiling through the window.
Copy me. Down we go.
Smiling through the window.
Do you hear the change in the sound? Yay! Thank you very much for letting me put you on the spot. How about this?
Smiling through the window.
What's your name? Emma. Emma. Oh gosh, beautiful. Listen to us. Here you go. Wow, very cool. First, please, would like to leave us. Smiling through the window. Hear that little sound. No, our normal sound. Smiling through the window. Is that pretty? Mo. Aw. All right, so Mo and Mo too. We have another Mo? Seriously? Oh. Oh, sorry to hear that. All right, so thank you both. All right, let's hear it now, please.
Smiling through the window.
There we go. Yeah. We add bases to that. Smiling through the. Smiling through the. Smiling through. Two parts.
Smiling through the window.
Right, Maces, can you add even more? Smiling through the. Since you're so competent in that range, we can add more depth of sound and not sacrifice your clarity. Depth of light. They were going for an effect. Here, try it one more time, please. Two parts, bass and lead.
Smiling through the window.
Yes. Whoa. Okay, so that's a resonant sound. All four parts doing that same.
Smiling through the window.
Now, how do baritones do that? Smiling through the window. Do you notice I'm not going smiling through the window, smiling through the window. There's still plenty of ring, but I'm just adding depth of sound. Again, four parts.
Smiling through the window, you wave goodbye, even though my evening has made you cry.
Okay, hold on. So I'm thinking, this is a happy accident, that depth of sound enriches your entire chorus sound. And to keep that going, and then when you get to cry, that we keep that sense of richness and warmth. We always say when you get a little higher, give it more placement, but it's robbing this competent, yeah.
Okay, she's right, and I'm not changing it, but I'm wanting to make certain that you remember that we're not singing cry.
Okay.
we're singing crack, crack. We're putting a little bit of crack on it because of the word and the intensity. But the resonance will not change at all. A little crack as opposed to cry.
Cry. Kind of like that little cry in your voice.
Actually, UH. C-R-U-H. C-R-U-H. But keep that resonance, okay? Make sure we have that UH, pure UH, no ah. Smiling through the window and
Smiling through the window, you wave goodbye, even though my leaving has made you cry.
Wow.
Forgotten is your sorrow.
and just for fun, switch from crub to ah on the second note. Just see what happens.
Okay.
Smiling through the window, you wave goodbye.
Don't let it sit.
Even though my
No sitting. Go.
has made you cry.
Is that okay? Do you?
I think it's okay, yeah. So I think that when you try not to overdo, this is a very, very minor change in your space, right? Saying, here's a thought.
It's a thought.
Yeah. Cry, cry. It's kind of what I just did. I thought,
She's going to be in a
why?
great quartet someday.
Hopefully still singing tenor. I can do bass for about a picture. Oh, I love baritone. I have no power. No power in my voice down there. All right.
That was good. Cross and ah. Cross. Smiling through. We're getting a little noisy. Smiling through.
Smiling through the window, you wave goodbye, even though my leaving has made you cry. Forgotten is your sorrow, while waiting for tomorrow.
Question for you. Forgotten is your sorrow while waiting for tomorrow.
We've done that and we liked it. I don't know what. Remember why we switched? Anybody know? No, I think somebody didn't like it. Okay, we all liked it.
Yeah, that happens. So try it. If you like it.
Well, tell me again.
Forgotten is your sorrow while waiting for tomorrow.
Just put it right. Smiling through her.
Forgotten is your sorrow. Smiling through the window.
Smiling through
Travel.
the window, you wave goodbye.
Travel.
Even though my leaving has made you cry. Forgotten is
That's
your
lovely.
sorrow, while
Breath.
waiting for tomorrow.
Nice.
My funny little girl,
Now it's growing.
though I'm worn and weary.
OMG. The possibilities here. You're already doing so much so good. So I'd love to see. And they say your own, right? Your own butt. Because you know, he's done it before. You've done, what's your highest, where's the highest you've ever been score-wise?
6:30.
So 6:30 something? 6:13? So almost like that B plus A minus thing, right? I know how that feels. I know how that feels. So your resonance, your body, it's the devil's in the details now, bless you. It's kind of the devil's in the details because you've got the vocal skills, but it's the application of the vocal skills consistently and then using everything to your advantage. So there's a diphthong. I'm going to give you all the devils and the details and then not let him micromanage for you because then we lose art. So here's how.
Why I don't direct.
Right.
That's exactly why I don't.
Right. He does in the learning process, and then he takes it back, takes it out. So sliding through the window, that's a more A- sound. The other one would still be plus. Let me just say that, all right? Oh, we're beyond that. No, I'm worn and weary. That's where we're going. No, I'm worn and weary. Do you see what I mean? Go more overboard using your good vocal skills.
Going more.
Vocal skills. Quick, go ahead. What? We say long twice. When the long, long day. Not when the long, long day. When the long, long day. That was gorgeous, you guys. Passion. Let's give it. Good. Stop for a sec. So if I'm in an expression, I'm studying to be an expression judge. I'm already sound, and I'm learning a lot about expressions. So, love it! Let's hope I succeed, because I don't want to be a failure in expression. I love it. Another day is through. The intensity dropped on through. All right. Another day is through. Not the is. I just need the through. The basses have an entrance. Let them. You keep that intensity going so they can go on with their melody. Tenors, this is a very interesting experiment.
I don't mind this bit. I don't mind this
Interesting.
bit. There is one thing coming up. I said something earlier that was wrong, and that is you never speak in a little girl's voice. You do, right?
And I love you, Mommy.
That's the little girl.
Yeah, that makes
That's the
sense.
little girl.
It's in quotes.
Yes, that's
Great. True, is that still a little girl? Okay, just that one little bit. So let's think of her as the princess, little princess, going to Disneyland. I don't know the notes. I love you, Mommy. Is that close enough? Thank you. I love you, Mommy, princess. And our dreams come true. Dreams come true. But little sparkle, sparkle faces. Our mommy, our little girl faces.
Oh, I'm warm.
I'm worn and weary.
There's a contrast.
When the long, long day.
You'll get that.
Sorry, she did not slow it down.
No, no.
She at all. She made sure to pronounce the words thoroughly and to accentuate the meaning, but she didn't slow it down.
No.
Slowing it down.
The second one was the one that I
She-
gave a little more inflection on.
Inflection, but it's not speed or pace. I'm worn.
Oh, yes, Lord. Beautiful face.
When the long, long day is through.
Intensity.
And all my dreams
too loud, too loud, too loud. We're remembering it. It's got to have a warm quality. All right, going back a little bit. We still have more time. You doing okay? Yeah. Do you want to do it? All right, so let's go back and pick a little bit more. Let's see. No, I'm worn. And so the thing about A minus, it doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't happen on a good day. It happens because we repeat things the same when we have success. We repeat that success or we make it a little bit better. And so one thing that deteriorates over time is alignment, balance. And so we'll just keep that thing, that confident going here. I am 640, I am 650, meaning score. Not 650 years old. I am I am all that. So that when you started, though, I'm worn, because now I'm getting a little bit less enamored with your way of doing this than I was a minute ago. Bette Midler sings the Rose, right? Every concert she does, people pay their $200 to hear that sound. They don't want her to phone it in one night because she's tired of the song. Okay. Though I'm worn and weary, though I'm worn and weary. Not sliding, but that woo makes it sound more wearisome.
Though I'm worn and weary.
Beautiful. Would say weird. Go.
Weird.
Right. Now go weird. Which one is going to sound more weary? Weird or weird? You know, we don't want to go, no, I'm worn and weary. No, I'm worn and weary. Do you feel that?
Sure.
Weary. That's when we take advantage of the consonants, especially those R's, L's, M's. But the R can be such a cool one if we let it. It takes a little sense of adventure, and you have it. It is so like you.
Oh, I'm worn.
Though I'm worn and weary.
Sorry to stop you. The E on weary gets a little bit thin. Weary. Cathedral. If you're afraid of going dark, don't be. We'll slap you if you go dark. No, I'm kidding. We will let you know in a nice way.
Though I'm worn and weary.
Taller.
When the long, long day is through.
Tenors really over there. When they say, I've got to go off, but some tenors only over, everybody else comes up to I'm worn, here we go.
I'm worn and weary.
Beautiful, beautiful. You got it. Beautiful.
When the long, long day is through.
Just intense.
You say, I love you, Mommy. And all my dreams come true, Mile fast you're growing, you'll soon be tall. Deep inside my heart, you'll still be small. When you choose
Stop
to
doing it now. So I have a 7-month-old granddaughter. Some of you already knew that because I told the story yesterday. And I was there for 12 hours after the birth, and for 2 weeks following that. And even in the 2 weeks' time, boy, little Rosanna changed. And my daughter did too. And now she's 7 months old, almost crawling. And it's the reason why people have more than one child, if they enjoy that and they want it. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's why we adopted. One wasn't enough. We knew what it felt like. We wanted another kid. And so we did 2 more times. But where am I going with this? My, how fast you're growing. No. I've adopted a lot of ladies everywhere around the world. My, how fast you're... So here's the funny thing. Okay, I'm going to confess. So Rosanna, my granddaughter, has a cousin who's a month older. So my daughter's husband and has a brother who might have a baby. And Rosanna is this plump, I mean, the kind of arms you want to just go up to all the dimples and the chubby, the Michelin man. Just adorable. And Hannah is equally as cute, but she's kind of scrawny. A little scrawny. And so they're both growing, but it's sort of like when I look at Rosanna, I think, oh, look how she's growing. And with Hannah, she's just getting scrawny. And they're both beautiful little ones. Beautiful, but there's a certain sense of pride, you know, in having this robust, healthy, young thing growing. And so it's that there's a sense of pride in there, isn't it? Even though we didn't do anything, God did that. Yeah. You know, there's something that's making Rosanna grow like a linebacker, and yet we take a sense of pride in that. This is what this, my, how fast you're growing. It's filled with pride. Soon you'll be tall. I'm making up notes, but do you know what I mean? So, soon you'll be tall. I always took it as a source of pride that this daughter's taller than me. What? As if I had anything to do with that, right? And by the way, too, the other 2 are adopted. I had absolutely no part in that. But we take pride in that. We think that we had something to do with it. That's the sound that needs to come in here. Are you good with that?
Yes.
All right. Now we have to go back to the worn part. What I was talking about before, just to be fair, was intensity on the through, not length. And so I probably didn't make that clear, and the one that the tenors were holding over on. Basis, when you are I want to say, to not belittle the rest of the chorus, you are the role model of resonance in this chorus. And if we're smart, the rest of us will borrow and let them be the standard, the bearers of standard here. But on say, you went into a different kind of bass sound than I'd heard before. It was under the arm, it was a little drop, it was a little bit weighty. So it's just out of context with everything else you did before that.
Where?
On say. So we let the space collapse and we let the pitch drop because it's easy to do that there. All right, so don't. No, I'm worn and weary. Thanks for indulging me in my grandmother's story. David, I'm wondering if you make that a huge dynamic change, what that would be like. He's very gentlemanly too, I just have to say. All right, so here we go again.
When the long, long day
tracks in it, so I'll share that with you. Bass is beautiful. It wasn't instant, but you fixed the, it went a little bit, there was a little bottle and then it fixed, but you will have to find that. I think what he's showing you is, I love you, not I love you. I love you, and then he has a pop on the mommy. Can you make the mommy go mommy instead of mommy, mommy, mommy? She's saying it may be a little sleepy-eyed or something like that. Still my dreams come true. Here's the vowel trap. My, how fast you're growing, you'll soon be told deep inside my heart. Did you hear my resonance thing?
Yes.
The deep. And it's a long phrase, and we're not going to change the breath plan here. It's a good one, but it has to have, you have to be in charge of your resonance. When you breathe, make it a breath that is going to relax you into your primo resonance. Deep inside my heart, you'll soon be heart, you'll soon be. Still is almost worse than soon. Still be small. And we're asking you to all do it with a smile on your face.
Yeah, if we change it to, you're always small.
Still has. Where are we starting?
I guess the same spot. So, yep. Oh, I love that big crescendo. Make it dramatic. Support resonance. Yes.
When the long, long day
Yes.
is through,
Yes.
you say, I love you, mommy, and all my dreams come true.
Resonance. Tall.
My, how fast you're growing, you'll soon be tall. Deep inside my heart, you'll still be small. When you choose another.
All right, good. We are adjusting to the tuning of the new key here. And it's taking its toll on the tenor line. So let's have the other three parts start at my, how fast you're growing, and see how clean you can be with both your interval accuracy, your chord, your attachment to do, and your vowels. This is the new key. Yep. Thank you. No tenor.
Growing, you'll soon be
No tenor.
Let's go Bill Barry.
All right.
my, how fast you're growing.
Octave. Octave. My.
We're not getting that on.
No.
That's the discomfort she's feeling.
Okay.
A lot.
Because then you're establishing do, you too. Okay, so let's see if we can lock it in. Just on the pipe. You're good at tuning.
My, how fast you're growing.
Yeah! Awesome! Add a diphthong. My, how fast you're growing. Add a diphthong to my.
My, how fast you're growing.
Yeah! Stop. You can hear up there. We hardly need whatever that, whatever's going to be up there. One more time. That's do again.
That's 15 is what it is.
Yes, it is. It's fabulous.
Just like 80s. Oh.
My, how fast you're growing. You'll soon be tall. Deep inside my heart.
Beautiful. Could you come on out and sing with me? I see you have a lot of vowels, so you're probably used to this. We're going to stop on tall. When we get there, just hold it.
You got medals, you're okay.
My, how fast you're growing. You'll soon be tall.
Do you hear the dissonance? Your voice is down. Let's sing tall, just tall.
Tall.
the expressiveness.
You have to have somewhere to grow on small. So beautiful. I would love to hear real quick for the leads, quickly, the leads to come on down and stand and intersperse with basses. Tenors just scoot out of the way for a moment. So a floor, middle row, intersperse so you're near at least one bass.
My how fast?
Yeah, my how fast.
Same thing? My.
Good. Now you can, I love your growing. Can you feel that? My. There's a tendency for it to go. My, how fast? Remember, you're proud. My.
How fast you're growing, you'll soon be tall.
Basses, sing your tall.
Tall.
Leads, sing your tall. Leads. Right. Tall. Thinking of your sound is going this way through your sinuses and your crown spot. Tall again, please. Now add to the basses. Now add to the basses. I don't remember the note anymore. Do you? Tall, just tall. Okay, leads again. That's so good. It feels like it changes when the basses enter in. So try. It leads again. We're going to sustain it and then we'll add basses. Here you go. Add basses. Yeah. It's such an interesting.
Into the distance, never tune away from it.
Right.
We love distance. We tune into the distance. Sing tall. For fun, no leads. Add the baritone. No lead. Tall. Add baritone.
Yeah, Mary's nice and great.
3 parts.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot coming at you, isn't it? Just bass and baritone again. It's that open fifth that's so strong. One more time.
Tall.
Vowel. Oh, beautiful. Well, I asked for only those 2 parts. Some leads sang and it really was stunning. So if something tells me the leads don't need to be as loud as they are because of what just happened.
It's the 7th. And you're
All right,
double
then.
the numbers.
There we go. So leads could be a little less. Maybe that will help. So balance.
What?
He's coming on. That's it, babe.
He never really goes far.
That's okay, I'm not really listening.
We should be married.
The secret to marriage, just don't listen to some of it.
Or be in my chorus.
Okay, yeah, here we go with all 4 parts. We're going to add tenors in.
My fast.
Mhm.
Play the end.
How fast you're growing, you'll soon be tall. Deep inside my heart, you'll soon be
Yeah, the only thing that concerns me, it doesn't concern me, but heart and growing are the same. My how fast you're growing, you'll soon be tall, deep inside my heart. Do you see what I'm saying? It sounds patterned to me, so one has to be
The
longer
word
than the
my
other.
is by design a bit longer because you are making certain that my and the id, the secondary part of the word, are equal in length and long. But we haven't maybe dwelt on that. My how fast you're growing, you'll soon be tall, deep inside my heart. There's a little my heart.
Okay.
There's a little bit of weight or length to each of those sounds as opposed to growth.
Okay, so the ing and the heart sound exactly the same length to me.
Oh, the ing in the heart.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, heart's longer
Okay,
by a lot.
all right,
We,
okay.
we may not have gotten it.
Okay, so then we'll make sure.
But the my heart.
Yes.
My heart.
how fast you're growing, you'll soon be tall.
this, the word when has to be the loudest part of where we left the key change. And right now you're going, I have no more. So can we find a way to,
Yes.
to still have more on?
Still be small, small.
That's it?
Still be small when you choose another.
Except we don't get soft because
Okay.
we're continuing upward. We've
That's
got
fine.
a long way to go of getting home.
And you already did the world and weary part, which is the same melody, and we had that kind of a dynamic thing there.
Okay, so you have to make certain that, I hate the word hold back, because then you end up going,
Reserve, just reserve. So Jim Martin says cheat a little bit.
Yeah,
Cheat a little bit so you're not
back.
getting it out.
We're getting all the way to the band proud is where we,
Okay.
it's going to have this kind of moving up, it's not this, but still. Deep inside my heart, you'll still be small.
So it's a 50-50
Deep
balance.
inside my heart,
Okay, thank you.
my best.
While as you're growing, you'll
Sorry. Growing, you'll soon. The ing and g is a single
You
consonant.
usually do that beautiful. Wow.
Right, a little. Sorry.
while as you're growing, you'll soon be tall. Deep inside my heart, you'll still be small.
Easy does
When you choose another,
it. Okay, hold on. I felt let down. I'll be honest, I felt a little let down. Very small when you choose
You
another.
can't be let down. That's what I've been hearing. And that's why I'm saying we need to go through that and up, as opposed to,
So it was a little reserved and then it stayed reserved.
and I don't think it's the chord structure. I think those chords are just killer. We should be able to rock and roll on that voice.
Yeah.
I think it's a breath area.
All right, so air. Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
My best?
My how fast.
while as you're growing,
My how fast, not my how fast. It's not my o. It's my how. My how fast you grow. Even if you don't put.
how fast you're
Yes.
growing, you'll soon be tall. Deep inside my heart, you'll still be small. When you choose another, I'll stand proud.
Oh,
Yeah.
that entire. Now the mother is saying, done my job. Sad story. My mother passed away 3 weeks after my oldest was born. And when I was in the hospital with her when she was diagnosed with her illness. She died very quickly. And I was 6 months pregnant when I saw her in the hospital, pregnant. And when she found out she was ill. And I was trying to hold it together for my sake and my dad's sake. And I started just moaning about ridiculous things like, the house is always dirty. And then I finally said what I was feeling, which was, I don't know what I'll do without you. Well, she said 2 things. First of all, these are like my mottos for life. One is, Joan, the house is always going to be dirty. There's always cleaning to do. And I thought, amen, so that was correct. But anyhow. And the other one is, you have Eric. I thought, oh. So even when I'm annoyed with him, I think, well, I don't stick with him because of my mother, but I remember her words. And then I can just, live through this is fine. He's probably annoyed with me sometimes too. So what are we doing? We're saying, here you go. Here you go. You made your choice. You're gonna be fine. When you find another, what is it?
Ooh, that was actually a better choice. Mine is better.
Oh. that too, to be honest. All right, it's Sunday morning, we gotta go there.
When you climb, that is that one, that's a better choice.
Your My How Fast was so beautiful a minute ago.
My, how fast you're growing, you'll soon be tall, deep inside my heart.
I'm sorry, but I'm thinking of other things now. So tall implies stature, growth. She, remember the little one, the Michelin baby, who's now tall, elegant, everything that my daughter feels like she is to me. So tall. Growing. There's got to be a crescendo on that. So give it a little bit of room to crescendo.
My, how fast you're growing, you'll soon be tall, deep inside my heart.
That's it.
You'll still be small
When you
when you find another. I'll stand
very nice leads. Yes, Dennis. There's the word. Texture. Texture.
funny little girl, my priceless treasure.
Those are all hoops. Intimate. Louder, louder. Oh. Oh, gosh, that was pretty. I still have those words. No, I don't know it at all. I don't know it at all. It's beautiful. It's got some strong barbershop in it. The establishment of the key at the bottom of page, whatever page 3 that is, 2. At the second chorus, when the leads and the basses get that strongly established, then the rest of the song makes harmonic sense. Otherwise, I heard chords that made me
It was the
giggle.
second and third chord going into the key change that interrupted our ability.
Okay.
Have a lift on the third chord.
Okay, so
That's an
you'll
interruption.
tune that and then know how to enter into the new key with more security, I guess I would say. So, but any questions? That's beautiful.
You were wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks for enriching my morning, my Sunday morning. You have just a warmth in your sound and a lot of heart and soul. And you're a well-known. This is, of course, it's been around a long time, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, and has really hung in, I would imagine. I don't know the whole history. All I know is that, this is a fairly new addition to your directing history. And it's always great. I'm going to do it. I don't know what it means, but
We are Sounds of Pittsburgh Chorus, passionately committed to musical excellence, learned through integrity, strengthened by unity, and performed with love.
oh, amen! Great! Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Enjoy your journey, and I will see you
again.
I don't know when I'll see you again. If nothing else, I'll see you next year in the old NOLA.
Okay.
So, a picture, sure.